Mike here for Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter. We are still doing our coverage here at TriCon, and I am here with comic book writer Paul Allure. Paul, it is nice to meet you.
You too.
And I'm geeking out because you write one of not only one of my favorite books currently, one of my favorite things in the entire world. You are currently writing for the
Teenage Mutant Turtles. I'm actually not currently. I just wrapped up on Mutanimals arc a couple months ago. So yeah.
Which I read. Which cool. It still holds. What I said still holds.
Yeah.
Great. By the way, honestly, I've already got him on camera, so there's no butt kissing, necessary. I did. I loved the run. I thought it was fun.
Thank you, man.
It still had the same spirit. Like me, we grew up.
Yeah.
Reading, and watching the cartoons and reading the comic books. Let me ask you, what was it like for you to? I mean, you got to live out a huge fanboy moment. Like, here's this property that I absolutely love. Oh, you're giving me money to write for it?
Yeah. I think what you have to do is you have to just kind of like take your excitement and take your fandom and like set it aside and just do the work. You have to treat it like a professional job. Look at it objectively. Make sure that you're staying true to the spirit of the work, but also making sure that you're telling a great story and not letting your fandom influence any of the decisions that you make. And then when the book comes out, that's when you go ah. So yeah. Because
I have to imagine it has to be very difficult because you have a few more constrictions than other writers, that are working on their own property. Oh, I get to make them say whatever I want. Was it difficult for you to write and stay within like the parameters of the characters?
Yeah, I mean that's licensed work in general, but I don't know. It's a skill that you learn, capturing the voices that have already been established and finding ways to make the plot interesting even within the restrictions that you have. But really, I mean, yeah, in your creator-owned work, you can make the characters say anything, but you shouldn't, because your characters should be well-defined and your universe should have rules.
Right.
And so really, there are guidelines even in creator-owned work. The only difference is that you write the guidelines yourself.
Right. Well, let me ask you, because I'm sure there's people watching it that are in the same boat like I am. It's like, oh, I love this property. How did it come about for you? How did somebody, like us that, grew up watching this, what is your secret?
Sure.
I want to know your secret.
I self-published a couple of things, notably, I'm plugging it.
Oh, please,
yes. This book, it's a collection of 12 5-page stories. And I sent it around to several different editors, and one of the editors I sent it to was Bobby Curnow, who edits the Turtles book. And he dug it and gave me an opportunity to pitch on some things. I actually pitched on a few other things before I got picked up for the Fugitoid issue, which was my first one. So, yeah, pretty much just working to get on the editor's radar through some other work, and then a whole lot of luck.
That's great. Well, you mentioned, your original work right there. Is there a website our viewers can go to see your work?
One would think.
Man, it's like the second person I've stumped with that question.
I do have a website, paulallure.com, but it hasn't been updated in a while. So maybe this will give me the light of fire under my ass to go do that. Clockwork you can actually read if you go to clockworkcomic.com. That'll take you. You can read it online for free in webcomic form. So, and you can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter name is just Paul Allure, A-L-L-O-R, and then you will know exactly what's going on in my career on almost literally a minute-by-minute basis.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything that you got coming up that we can look forward to seeing or reading?
Yeah, I have a book called Tet that is coming up. It's a book that takes place in Vietnam in 1968 and 1984. It's with artist Paul Tucker, who did amazing work in it. It's basically, we're saying it's a little bit of a war story, it's a little bit of a crime story, but it's mostly a romance, and it's really good. I should have a better sales pitch for Tet by now. I can't believe I don't, because I'm not making it sound good.
It's okay. Just consider this a rough draft. When I get interviewed by somebody, real, I'll have this hammered out by then.
No, it's a really fantastic book. A lot of folks that I respect have said really nice things about it. And the first issue of that comes out September. I want to say September 9th. It comes out in early September, and you can pre-order the first 3 issues now, and you should. So there you go.
Definitely check him out again, Paul. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Loved your work.
Yes.